So some positive things have started to happen for Dogecoin and other cryptos. And in this video, I'm going to talk about where we are headed from here. So things are finally looking somewhat positive for the overall crypto market. And we can see here that a majority of coins are now trading in the green after the recent crash. And it appears that both Bitcoin and Ethereum are leading other cryptos as they have started to gain some momentum. Moreover, Dogecoin has impressed me the most as it has gained more momentum than other cryptos during the last 24 hours. And although this is not a major surge by all these cryptos, I'm still glad to see this little positivity in the market. And I think it was kind of expected that the market would start to show some momentum after the recent crash. This is because we have seen it before as well that all these crashes don't stay for too long. Moreover, as I explained in one of my recent videos, this was a fake crash, and it was manipulated by all these market makers. So the point is that this was a fake crash and it has to be over in some days. And now let's come to one of the most important pieces of data that I think everyone should see. And it is not only important for Bitcoin, but for other cryptos as well, especially Dogecoin. So we know that Bitcoin crashed a few days ago, and as a result, there is now a lot of panic in the market. However, according to crypto analyst Plan B, this is no reason to panic, and he has even urged market participants to embrace volatility in Bitcoin's price. This is because he believes that over the long term, Bitcoin has proven to be a rewarding investment and has rewarded its long-term holders. And Plan B has recently shared a tweet and reiterated his bullishness on Bitcoin and his confidence in the S2F model. So using his investment journey as a case in point, Plan B urged crypto market participants to hold a long-term view of Bitcoin and ignore the current dip. And he has stated that he bought his first Bitcoin in 2016 at $400. And in 2019, he published the S2F model when Bitcoin was at 4K. And since then, the S2F model has been tracking Bitcoin market performance accurately to within 2 standard deviation bands. And even up till now when the price of Bitcoin has fallen under 40K. So the point is that from this historical price performance of Bitcoin, Plan B has advised holders not to worry about these price dips for Bitcoin. And he has clearly mentioned that it is inevitable that Bitcoin's price will add another zero in the next couple of years. And this is his important reminder to market participants to hold on to their Bitcoin as the bearish trend would soon reverse. And he believes that the bounce would be epic when Bitcoin bulls regain control. And Plan B is not the only one who is pretty bullish about Bitcoin and other cryptos even during this price dip. Bloomberg analyst Mike McGlone is also one of the people with the most optimistic view of the crypto market despite the various dips that have rocked the crypto space. Mike McGlone believes that there is now a strong correlation between the stock market and cryptos market, especially for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And since the stock market is getting ready for a pullback, Mike McGlone believes that when this happens, Bitcoin and Ethereum would benefit from this correction. And while talking about Bitcoin's correlation with the stock market, I'd like to mention here that there is now a growing correlation between Bitcoin and tech stocks. And as a result of this high correlation, it is now becoming a common occurrence that every time the stocks fall, Bitcoin also crashes. Moreover, it has been observed that the widespread adoption of cryptos among investors may have made them more sensitive to sell-offs in stocks. And this is why the crypto market crashed this week. However, the good thing is that major tech stocks are now going to move up during the next week. And thanks to its high correlation with these stocks, Bitcoin and eventually the overall crypto market will also gain some momentum. And now there is some more important data indicating that the crypto market is now going to recover from here. But I'll come to it later. Let's first see Dogecoin's current price movements. So as I stated at the start of this video, the overall crypto market is back in the green now, and Dogecoin has impressed me the most. This is because while other cryptos have gained slightly, Doge has managed to move up by almost 7% during the last 24 hours. And although you may think that is not a massive rally, I think that this is a significant upward movement from Doge considering the intensity of the recent market sell-off. Moreover, a major bullish thing happening for Dogecoin is that its number of holders hasn't decreased during the recent crash. And this means that Doge holders haven't sold their Dogecoin even during this crash. And we can see here that about $42 million worth of Dogecoin was moved from multiple addresses to an unknown wallet. So it is clearly showing us that holders are still not selling their Dogecoin as they are still moving them around. And this just shows us that Dogecoin holders are not worried about these price dips, and they have full confidence in Dogecoin over the long term. And I think that this is exactly what Doge needs from its holders. So this is pretty bullish news. And now if you are wondering when Dogecoin is going to surge massively, then I think we still have to wait here. This is because, as I explained in my previous video, the US Federal Reserve is going to have a meeting on January 26th. And we have to wait for it and see what transpires there. And if we get some positive news, then I think that Dogecoin and other cryptos will surge in the following days. And while we have to wait for this upcoming Fed meeting, there are still some positive updates even during the market dips. For example, the Union Bank of the Philippines is now planning to open a custodial service for cryptos as cryptos have become increasingly popular among the local population. And as per Kathy Casas, the bank's head of the blockchain department, the institution's plans to offer crypto services is a necessary strategy employed to secure the future of the organization. And further revealed that with the increasing interest in cryptos, it is estimated that up to 5% of the local population could be investing in cryptos in the next 5 years. And this is exactly why the bank has decided to adopt cryptos and offer related services. So this is very positive news for the crypto market. And as per another update, the first physical store for buying and selling cryptos in Portugal is set to open this week. So BitBase, a Spain-based startup, is set to open the first physical store for buying and selling cryptos. And the store will start offering exchange services for 7 cryptos, including Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, and UST. And more importantly, BitBase will not stop with one store only. There are plans to establish another outlet in Porto. So this is huge news, and it is going to give a massive boost to crypto trading and crypto adoption. And now, as promised, let's come to the important data for Bitcoin that I think is also going to affect other cryptos, especially Dogecoin. So as per crypto analyst Matthew Hyland, the 3-day relative strength index of Bitcoin is now in a low area that has only been visited 5 other times in the history of Bitcoin. And we can see here on this chart that we are now nearing the bottom for Bitcoin. But I think that it is actually showing us that Bitcoin has now hit the bottom during this crash. And this is why I think that Bitcoin is not going to go down any further from here. And although we may see it retesting these levels and moving sideways for some time, I think that there are now no chances of Bitcoin going down further. So this is going to be the huge bounce-off point for Bitcoin. And now let's see this chart from crypto analyst Plan C. So we can see here that the market cap to thermal cap ratio of the 240-hour moving average is looking very positive for Bitcoin. And I think that this is also revealing that Bitcoin is now going to see a huge move to the upside pretty soon. And another important thing is that the entity-adjusted dormancy flow shows that old hands have significantly reduced their Bitcoin spending behavior. And as the dormancy value has fallen below 250K, Bitcoin has now entered a good historical buy zone. Moreover, the current dormancy value is at 225K, and it can still drop to 180K to mark the end of the downtrend for Bitcoin. So the point is that we are still seeing that the old hands have stopped selling their Bitcoin, and they are now continuing to hold amid the crash to get things back to normal. So this data is clearly showing us that we are now going to see the end of a downtrend coming soon. So we have just seen some very bullish indicators for Bitcoin. And this is exactly why I think that the crash has now ended for Bitcoin and the overall crypto market. And it is now quite clear that there will be no further market-wide sell-off. And I think we are going to see a reversal coming pretty soon. In fact, I'm more bullish about Dogecoin, and I think that it is going to get some significant gains sooner than later. And thanks to its high price correlation with Bitcoin, Dogecoin is going to shed off its recent losses and go up. In any case, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think the crypto crash is over? Let me know in the comment section below.